The king and I are alone in the great hall, the sun pouring through the big window behind the long table, the house in silence, as if everyone is holding their breath and listening. He goes behind the table and sits down in the master's chair. "Please sit," he says, and gestures to the chair beside him. I sit as if I am his queen, on his right hand, and I let him pour me a glass of small ale. "Are you loyal to King Henry?" he asks me. "Do you follow your family as loyal Lancastrians?" Our history cannot be denied. My mother and father were very great at the court of King Henry. But my family and I accept your rule now, I say quickly. He smiles. "Sensible of you all, since I won," he says. "I accept your homage." I give a little giggle, and at once his face warms. "It must be over soon, please God," he says. "Henry has nothing more than a handful of castles in lawless northern country. Those who fight for me will be rewarded, but even those who have fought against me will see that I shall be just in victory. And I will make my rule run, even to the north of England, even through their strongholds, up to the very border of Scotland." "Do you go to the north now?" I ask. I take a sip of small ale. It is my mother's best, but there's a tang behind it. She will have added some drops of a tincture, a love philter, something to make desire grow. I need nothing. I'm breathless already. "We need peace," he says. "Peace with France, peace with the Scots, and peace from brother to brother, cousin to cousin. There's nothing that sickens a country more than its own people fighting against one another. It destroys families. It's killing us daily. This has to end, and I will end it. I will end it this year." I feel the sick fear that the people of this country have known for nearly a decade. There must be another battle. The Queen's army will come this way? Though my mother loved her and was the first of her ladies, I have to say that her army is a force of absolute terror. Mercenaries who care nothing for the country, Frenchmen who hate us, and the savage men of the north of England who see our fertile lands and prosperous towns as good for nothing but plunder. Last time she brought in the Scots on the agreement that anything they stole they could keep as their fee. She might as well have hired wolves. "I shall stop them," he says simply. "I shall meet them in the north of England, and I shall defeat them. I have never lost a battle. I never will." I laugh at his confidence, as if I'm not impressed. But in truth, he dazzles me. He finishes his cup of ale and gets to his feet. "Thank you for your kindness," he says. You're going now?" I stammer. "You will write down for me the details of your claim?" "Yes, but—" "Names and dates and so on. The land that you say is yours and the details of your ownership." I almost clutch his sleeve to keep him with me, like a beggar. "I will, but—" "Then I will bid you adieu. There's nothing I can do to stop him, unless my mother has thought to lame his horse." I walk with him to the door. I'm anguished at his leaving so abruptly, and yet I can't think of anything to make him stay. At the threshold, he turns and takes my hand. He bows his fair head low and deliciously turns my hand. He presses a kiss into my palm and folds my fingers over the kiss as if to keep it safe. When he comes up smiling, I see that he knows perfectly well that this gesture has made me melt, and that I will keep my hand clasped until bedtime, when I can put it to my mouth. He looks down at my entranced face, at my hand that stretches despite myself to touch his sleeve. Then he relents. "I shall fetch the paper that you prepare, myself, tomorrow," he says. "Tomorrow at noon. And I will stay to dinner, if I may." "We will be honored." He bows to me and turns and walks down the hall, through the wide-flung double doors and out into the bright sunlight. I put my hands behind me, and I hold the great wooden door for support. Truly, my knees are too weak to hold me up. "He's gone?" my mother asks, coming quietly through the little side door. He's coming back tomorrow, I say. He's coming back tomorrow. He's coming back to see me tomorrow.